I enforced basic boundaries on my daughter's sleepover. I have 2 kids. My daughter Anya is 17 and my stepson Noah is 14. Noah's mom died a few years back and he's been living with me full-time since. He's not like some weird loner kid or anything, but he really doesn't like when people mess with his stuff or invade his space. When he gets really overwhelmed, he just kind of shuts down completely and won't talk to anyone for a while. Anya's the total opposite. She's super outgoing, always has friends over, constantly on her phone with someone. Last Thursday, she asked if she could have 4 friends sleep over on Saturday night. I said yeah, sure, but I gave her 2 rules. First, her friends needed to stay out of Noah's room completely. They're kind of loud, and in the past, they've crowded him and made him uncomfortable. Second, keep the noise down after 11 so the rest of us could actually sleep. That's it. 2 basic rules that any normal person should be able to follow. Saturday comes around and her friends show up around 6. They're making dinner, blasting music, laughing super loud in the kitchen. Totally fine. I was downstairs watching TV and honestly wasn't paying much attention. I figured they were 17 years old. I didn't need to babysit them every 5 minutes. Around 10, I decided to go upstairs and just do a quick check to make sure everything was cool before I went to bed. I walk past Anya's room and it's empty. Weird. I hear voices coming from down the hall and my stomach just drops because I immediately know where they are. I open Noah's door and all 5 of them are in there. 2 of the girls are literally sitting on his bed like they own the place. One of them has his sketchbook open and is flipping through it while the others are giggling. Another girl is going through the stuff on his desk, picking up his headphones and looking at his drawings pinned to the wall. They're all laughing in this way that made my skin crawl, like they thought the whole thing was hilarious. Noah was sitting on the floor in the corner near his closet. He wasn't saying anything. He wasn't moving, but I could see tears in his eyes and his hands were shaking a little. I said his name twice, and he didn't even look at me. That's when I knew he'd completely shut down. I told all the girls to get out of the room right now. Anya started to say something, but I cut her off and told her I was calling all of their parents immediately. She looked at me like I just told her I was burning her phone. One of her friends tried to laugh it off and said they were just talking to him, but I didn't care. I pointed at the door and told them to go downstairs and wait in the living room. Anya followed me out into the hallway and started saying I was being ridiculous and embarrassing her in front of her friends. I told her I gave her 2 rules and she couldn't even follow one of them. She said they were just trying to include Noah and be nice. I asked her if he looked included to her. She didn't have an answer for that. I went back into Noah's room and sat on the floor next to him. I didn't try to make him talk or anything. I just told him I was sorry and that they were leaving. After about 15 minutes, he finally said he wanted to be alone for a while. I told him that was fine and left him there with his door closed. I went downstairs and called every single parent. I explained what happened and said they needed to come pick up their kids. Anya stood there the whole time with her arms crossed, staring at me like I was the worst person alive. Her friends were all sitting on the couch looking at their phones and whispering to each other. Within 40 minutes, all of them were gone. The second the last one left, Anya absolutely lost it. She started yelling about how I humiliated her and ruined her night and how her friends were never going to talk to her again. I told her to go to her room and that we'd talk about it in the morning when she calmed down. She slammed her door so hard a picture frame fell off the wall in the hallway. I checked on Noah again around 11. He was in bed with his headphones on, staring at the ceiling. I asked if he was okay and he just shrugged. I told him I loved him and left him alone. The next morning, Anya still wouldn't talk to me. She came downstairs, grabbed a granola bar, and went back to her room without saying a word. I tried knocking on her door around noon to talk, but she told me to go away. Noah spent most of the day in his room too, but he came down for dinner and seemed a little better. He didn't bring up what happened, and neither did I. It's been 3 days now and Anya's still giving me the silent treatment.